What's up, guys? Be drawing, inking up some King Crom. Get started on this here in a second. Just lining some stuff up. Trying to fix it to where it's not zooming in and out like it was last time. Yeah. Yep. Probably gonna start doing a little bit of erasing. Just kind of cleaning up some of the stuff as we go. With the old Moo eraser. So far, this ink's looking pretty good. From here, it's not coming up with this eraser, so that's a good thing. I was using a lot of those Dollar Tree pens too, so it's always a good thing. These art supplies aren't cheap, you know. We burn through them, especially these pens, you know. So it's good to find little alternatives. So yeah, we'll be doing a couple hour stream tonight, just chilling, talking about some Robert E. Howard stuff going on in the world of Robert E. Howard. Talking about some Crom the Barbarian as well, some Conan. This is the Metal Cartoonist channel, so that's what we do. And we'll also be talking technique and drawing and any other questions that anybody has that drops through. Leave comments. I'll try to address this as much as I can as I go by. So for those of you guys that don't know, this channel basically doing these live draw streams now, making my own comics, doing reviews on comics and movies too. So for you guys that are just stopping by, that's the whole like kind of thing about this channel. I'm also doing how to make comics. I got a whole like playlist on Metal Cartoonist nuggets, so if you guys want to check that out. How's it going, Cam Rockin'? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. So we'll be going through that right now. I'm just using the eraser, cleaning up these cleaning this up a little bit. That way I could start working on the other stuff and it won't smear as much. I've been working on lettering right now. I scanned like 15 pages in today, but the pixelation wasn't right, so I gotta get a new program. How's it going, Decoded Fraudulent? Just scrolling through, showing some love. Hey, thanks. You too. Have a good one. So we're doing that. Working on this piece. I got my Crom the Barbarian in. The anthology that came in, I believe, yesterday. But I've just been real busy with family matters as of this late weekend. It's been pretty tough around here. So, but good to get back at the drawing board for a bit and just kind of decompress and hang out a little bit, do some inking. This guy's pretty scary right here. I like doing the circular motions when I'm, like the Karate Kid with the eraser. Wax on, wax off. Let's see, is it zooming in and zooming out like it was last time? No, it's holding pretty good. Still got to find the perfect spot for it. But yeah, I've working on, kind of got the lettering going. Started working on that a little bit this week. Just getting everything lined up with my tablet using Clip Studio. Just the resolution wasn't coming out too good, so I might have to download a new app for Epson Scan to get that high res 400 DPI. You could work with 300, but I kind of want to do the 400, so I might switch over to that. How's it going, Sponge? Thanks for stopping by. All right. Just cleaning this eraser real fast. Getting some of this up right here, and I could go in there and kind of fix it. Hey, thanks. Thanks for the... Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Then tomorrow I'm going to head over to the comic book store, see what new books are coming out tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Read some books tomorrow and the next day. I usually pick up my books on Thursday and then read them, Never give up and good luck, man. Oh, thank you. You too, man. God bless. And Merry Christmas. I know it's still like a little bit of ways. All right, so we got that. And yeah, I'm going to just try to start using some of these pins I was using from Dollar Tree. Very nice artwork. Thanks, Azale. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see here. Look at that one more time. Yeah. I kind of want to make this piece a little bit bigger right here. So this one's called it's called like the manga tank or something like that. I'm not a real big fan of this one right here. So that one, I might just let my kid have it. It just doesn't work that great. But this like Optimus Prime one from Dollar Tree, it works pretty good. I kind of dig this one. This one just kind of goes on there. It's kind of like a micron. So I think that one works pretty good. Yeah, I scan like, oh, thanks Vandal Edits. I'm donating to streamers. Cool, man. Yeah, I do that sometimes too to my some of my favorite channels. Let's see here. Want some money? Oh, everybody wants money. Right now, I'm about to start having some. I'm about to have a little bourbon right here in a second. Gonna get some of that going. All right, there's that. There is something that I have a link in the description I wanted to talk about a little bit, and it's the Robert E. Howard Foundation. Robert E. Howard is the creator of Conan the Barbarian and King Cole. Also, he's the creator of Solomon Kane, among others. He's got there's a foundation, the Robert E. Howard Foundation. There, and you can go see his house. It's in Texas, but it's a museum, and the house was built so long ago. It's starting to need repairs. So there's a link up for like a donation site. They're trying to raise like $100,000. I think they're up to like $30,000 right now. So if if you guys want to donate, whatever, that'd be cool, man. And maybe one day you can go and check out the house. That's where I want to go. There's like a big convention down there in July. It's called Howard Days, where they just really celebrate Robert E. Howard, and they have a convention out there, and the whole town kind of goes in on it, and it's pretty cool. So something to check out. I have a link for that in the description if you guys want to check out Robert E. Howard's house, and see if you guys can donate some money to help restore it. You know, it's one of those things. You know what I mean? Brandon Oliver, crazy art, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Just doing that and working on some trying out some new pins from the cheap store. I gotta start using some of these new Japanese pins I got too. So, gotta start throwing some lines this way. Start working on the knee right here. Got the leg. Yeah, so yeah, but it's the Robert E. Howard Foundation. They even have a YouTube channel, and yeah, you can go there and even learn about more of the stuff. Jeff Shanks, the guy that does a lot of he does a lot of the essays. He does all the essays actually in the new Conan books in the back. He's a Howard scholar and archaeologist, among other things. He's does a real deep dive on what the house needs, you know. So needs some love, you know. I think the house is definitely over 100 years old. Those old houses just start falling apart, you know. They start basically like the bottom of the house starts bowing out and getting very like swollen, you know. It's out there in Cross Plains, Texas. KWR3, you're very talented. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just a guy with a pen scratching away. This is my Crom the Barbarian piece. I wanted to add a little bit more to the eyes right here. Just a little bit. There you go. These guys kind of got these like stony arms and legs. I'm gonna have to go back and kind of retro hook this guy up with some stones on his feet and whatnot. Love the original Conan. Oh yeah, me too. The original Conan's the best. I'm actually almost done with Hour of the Dragon right now. It's so good. It's like I think it's probably the most epic story I've ever read. Conan, or I mean, out of any character, you know, and he really like faces off against everything in there. It's pretty badass. Brandon Oliver. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. Do you ever use charcoal? No, I've thought about it though. I'm sure I will one day. I want to use everything. Right now it's just ink and pencil. Sometimes I'll come back and I'll add some pencil to it to give it some different textures and values and whatnot, just for fun. I think that say if I want to use like a pencil instead of an ink wash or something, sometimes it'll pick up good. But thanks you guys for hitting the like and the liking and the subscribing. I appreciate it. And the 17 of you guys watching right now, you guys are awesome. Hope you're having a good bridge day. Halfway through the week, it's kind of it's like the weekend in the middle of the week. That's why I go and get my comics that day. I have to check and see what's coming out this week. Hopefully we're getting some Conan. And speaking of, hey, how's it going? Aiden Blocks, thanks for stopping by. I got the new Crom collected. I'm sorry, the Crom Anthology just came in. This is it right here. And so for those of you that don't know, it's Crom Anthology #1. And Crom the Barbarian is a barbarian. It's a character created by Gardner Fox, and he wanted to make a Conan story back in the day, and he couldn't get the rights to it, the rights holders at the time, because Howard had passed away. He told him no, so he went and created his own barbarian comic called Crom. And Crom, if you guys don't know, is the name of Conan's god, so it was kind of like a little own in that regard. But now this guy's public domain, and people that love Conan, they can make their own stories. So there's like even a submission page in the back here for people that want to join. You can go to cromthebarbarian.com and they'll tell you how you could, they're looking for all kinds of people. And so I'm doing a Crom story too. This is going to be mine. This is one of the pages for my story. I've already wrote it, so got approved, and I'm going to be doing that. But it's a bunch of stories by all these different indie creators. Let me show you some more of that. Sorry, chat. KWR, I'm sure if you did, you'd make it really good. Used to wish I was a good drawer, but alas, I knew I was. No, drawing is just art is just a never-ending journey, man, for everybody. And it's something that anybody could get good at. It's a skill that you could learn. I truly believe that. Let's see, Manoa, thanks for stopping by, man. Feel like the retro game? Yes, it does. Baby shot lies, artificial lies. Yeah. So, but yeah, this is it right here. And Crom the Barbarian was the first. Crom symbol was something like a Carathene wheel. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, this is the cover right here, and this is what it's like without the. This is by Kurt Bruegel. And for those of you that don't know, Gardner Fox also created a bunch of DC characters like the Flash. I like this one a lot. This black and white, the tones that the dude uses. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Different artists, different writers. Very indie. Just got that dark look to it. But it's 256 pages, man. And it's got people in the back, the artists that contribute. A lot of good stuff. But I'm gonna be reading this. It's again 256 pages, and it's gonna be coming out every year. So guys, go check that out. I have a link for that in the description too, cromthebarbarian.com. So we'll get back to this. All right, let's see here. All right. Oh, we got the baby shark who got a little troll out there. It's trolling. That's okay. You troll for a little bit. You could troll for a bit. All right, there's that. Working on these guys right here. And I'm going to show you guys throughout. I'm going to be putting out hopefully about 9 pages a year. That's the goal. and for my story. And we're gonna do like the manga format, you know, where you put out a few pages a year in the anthology, and you guys could pick it up and read. And it's got a bunch of different type of stories, scripts. It's even got old school print stuff in there. Just a lot like a smorgasbord of different things. You know, it's got the old school Arabian Nights printed in here. So you got old school stuff, you know, reprints, and then mostly all new stuff. Yeah, it's got these new stories right here, retold through a sword and sorcery lens. These spot illustrations by Gardner Fox. Badass. Can't wait to read these. Really good. Really badass. Got a free comic book script. You got Crom Jr. right here. Yeah. How's it going? This one looks pretty badass. I really like the art on this one too. Yeah. It's different styles, man. Drawn sword graphics. Remember the homie of the channel. This one right here. By Ken Landgraf, big indie artist from back in the day, still around, still doing his thing. This one looks cool too. This is another reprint. This is Eric Kahn in the Crusade. Look at this. I just love this art. It's real gritty, man. Just dirty, you know. Badass. The Visitor. This looks cool. You know, and a lot of these stories, man, they're just gonna get lost to time. But you know, this guy Bruegel, he's reprinting it, you know, and putting it back for the next generation, along tying it in with indie. It's all sword and sorcery, baby. So that's awesome. All right. Okay, let's see here. Radix, Ruel. Do penguins have knees? How you doing, man? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I've never really studied their anatomy. I was, though, actually, for this story, I was gonna have a penguin-like character, to be honest. It's funny you say that. You know the penguins with the crazy hair, you know? Some penguins got some crazy looking hair. Yeah. Right. Brutal. Yeah, I can't wait to start drawing this story. I haven't even started yet. Start up pretty soon here. It's just that everything's so hectic right now during the holidays. It's a crazy time right now. Trying to get a schedule, a nice schedule up for kick off the new year proper. So hard to get that going though sometimes, but we'll get it going. Brandon Oliver, have you ever tried to make a comic book yourself? Yeah, actually, I have made a few comic books. I have one called Butch Cleaver, and I'm working on my Butch Cleaver comics are available at fundmycomic.com. I'm gonna have those all up on my own store pretty soon. I'm launching a couple crowdfunders for my next book, Hell War, that's coming out in March. I'm doing that's coming out, and I'm also working on another comic called The Puritanian, and I'm working on this too. So I'm working on 3 comics right now at the moment, and then I have 2 graphic novels out on fundmycomic.com. But this is a little bit of Hell War right here. This is part of the cover. It's gonna be my Norse bounty hunter book. That's him right there. He rides this crazy motorcycle. And that's Hell Nora. That's the goddess of hell. That's her dog Garm. So if you guys know about Norse mythology, you probably know a little bit about that. That's his brother Rekbolt. And this is his axe guitar and then his sword guitar. So probably gonna draw some strings. There's this little tour that's called the Rolling Cage. And then there's some little trinkets, little talismans, little hints of something in the story. So I'm almost done with this. I got to put the logo right here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to tackle the printing of this book. I've been working with different templates of how I want to print it. I'm still a little on the fence of what dimensions I want to do. You know, I might go A4. Brandon, oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Oh, Izzy Busy. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I appreciate it. And thanks for hitting the like and the subscribing. I appreciate that. So I'm still kind of working on that. There's something I really want to do that's special, especially for like the first like 100 backers when I do it. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm probably going to have to hand make a lot of stuff. I'm going to be giving away a lot of things too on the campaign. I'm probably going to be making like sketch cards for people. And then once I learn how to paint, I have a lot of stuff for the next book, but the cover is probably gonna be in black and white. I'm a little on the fence, so I might end up coloring it. I might give it. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas, but the clock's ticking, so I'm gonna have to pull the trigger on what I want to do as far as coloring goes and what type of coloring. You know, if I want to get it painted, if I color it, I kind of want to give it an old school kind of flattish look. But at the same time, I also want it to have a painterly look, like a metal album cover from back in the day, or even modern times. But then I also like black and white covers too on kind of metal albums. So there's that, and then just the book's gonna be pretty big, but it's there's a lot of stuff going on right now. And on top of that, I scanned in all the pages. The pages are all wide. They're 11 by 14, so. Like I said earlier, I didn't get the right what is it, the word the right pixels, man. Wish I could show you guys more right here without spoiling too much. I got just so many spoilers right here. Oh, I showed this one. This one's on the internet right now. It's him and his brother whooping some ass right here. They have to play a gig and some stuff goes down. These are some crazy like black metal elves. So, but I can't wait to just start adding the word balloons and writing it and adding the dialogue and changing some stuff and taking some stuff out, and it's just really exciting. That's when the book really comes together, because you really don't have a comic book until you have the word balloons and everything. Oh snap! So I'm gonna switch back over to this pen for a little bit. My hand's getting all dirty. I need to get a guard. Hey, what's up, Buzz? Thanks for stopping by, bud. Hell. About to start drinking some whiskey here in a second. Where's it at? I'm missing page. You should submit a story, Buzz, to Crom.com. Put something new in there every year. It's pretty cool. That's what I'm doing, man. Dude. I'm trying to tell all the writers to do that pretty much. I'll just use this for now. Okay. Probably leave that guy right there for a little bit. So, and I kind of like it too. It's all black, but there's different pins, so they all have different variations of black and blue and purple. Like if you zoom in on these different inks, they all have different colors. So that's kind of cool. Hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna go get me a little tumbler. I'll be right back. Kind of chill a little bit tonight. All right. So I got myself a little glass right here. Looks like it got chipped. I have to get a new one. And I was showing this one earlier, guys. This tin cup whiskey. It's pretty good. It's it comes with this cool little shot glass, and it's it's like a minor whiskey from Tin Cup Rocky Mountain. It's got Rocky Mountain, a little bit of Rocky Mountain water in there, but it's pretty good for like I would say for fans of like Bullet and that type of mid-grade type mid-range whiskey. That's good, and it tastes pretty good. So a little bit of bridge day drinking, nothing too crazy. A little drink and draw. Drink responsibly. All right, let's see here. So we'll start working on this one down here. Working on that guy down there. All right, and then I'm also working on getting my web store up too. It's a lot of stuff at once. Sometimes you'll be working on a lot of things, and then life hits you, and then family problems, and all kinds of crazy stuff, and you just got to kind of bob and weave and kind of pivot. Like today, the whole scanning thing didn't get enough. Going to Clip Studio, and the scanning's all messed up. It's not enough resolution. I gotta go a higher resolution. Figure that out. But I will say, you could go to like what I do use AI for is web searching and questions and things like that, problem solving. I don't use it for art. I use it for searching things out for answers. Man, that Grok really works pretty good. it's actually better than than the Google Gemini. I use Grok. It's way better. But it's right. It's not right that much, But for searching things out, it's okay. Yeah. And then this weekend, I'll try to film another video for the Metal Cartoonist Nugget section. I had a bunch of ideas for videos, but then a lot of the ideas kind of merged into into the similar topics. So, but if you guys ever have any questions about, making comics or anything, want me to make a video or follow up, just let me know and I'll do my best to try to answer that. Yeah, absolutely. Right, come back in with this. All right, I'm going to finish. I'm going to start working this other pin out right here. Yeah, I can't wait to get the store up. I want to, a lot of the times on these streams, I kind of regurgitate the same things I've talked about, but, is what it is. I'm going to basically start putting my art for sale up on there. And I'm going to start rotating pieces out, see if anything people want, Sorry. See if yeah, okay. All right. Try to zoom out of this a little bit. I want to get that zoom thing so you guys could see it, but I don't want the focus to get all wacky like last time. Let me see if I can fix it, guys. Hold on one sec. Last time it was acting kind of wacky. It's a little bit better, but not exactly what I'm going for. Let's try this out. If it just kicks it like that, we should be good. Yeah. All right. There we go. Right about there. That should be good. Okay. A little bit better. But yeah, man, that Hour of the Dragon, that's something else. That is a crazy story. It just keeps going and going, and Conan just keeps going on epic quests. Looking for that jewel. I almost feel like it's his, because it was the one, I almost feel that, Hour of the Dragon was Robert E. Howard's kind of his last Conan, story, It really feels that way because it's like a swan song to all the other stories. I feel that Conan goes and touches base on a lot of the different things that he did when he was a pirate, a mercenary, a general. He really kind of goes back and relives some of those moments from his earlier years, but in an organic way. And then you get to really, I almost feel like it was kind of like the Old Man Logan story, but even better. He just kind of goes back and relives a lot of the stuff from his past. But at the same time, it was setting things up for for more King Conan, because they're just barely scratching the surface with Thoth Amon, and he's like the main villain, And I don't even think I haven't read the whole book, but from my understanding, they don't ever cross paths. So He was in the movie in the Destroyer, but it's not the same. Definitely not the same one, you know. Yeah. All right. See Street Fighter Blanca for rent. I want Fent. Yep. A little bit. I'm getting a lot of that lately. I guess Momoa's playing Blanca. I hope they do a good job with that. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they do with that. So we're going to go upside down. Blanca was always my character that I used when I played Street Fighter 2. That was my go-to. Samurai, those goblins look like how my left knee looks. Sports injury. Hey, what's up, Alder? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by, guys. You guys can go subscribe to Halder and Buzz's channel. Halder has some awesome art up on there, and Buzz has some cool books he's got out right now. Got something for everybody. Got an awesome anthology out too right now himself. Right, draw that leg. Right there. Right. Yeah, that Order of the Dragon. That's, oh man. That's going real big cat. Let's see here. Do you miss Kmart? Kmart, it was not really, to be honest. I have a big Kmart by my house. That's just like a ghost town. It's just this big empty. Well, I'm sure everybody does now because of the economy. But I never really got into Kmart. I was more of I like Target growing up as a kid. You know, go there and get the popcorn and walk around and look at the toys. You know, back when I was a little kid. The Kmart, it just seemed like Kmart was kind of lackluster. Like they didn't have everything. You know. Now I feel that I feel Walmart like kind of has a lot more stuff than anybody, even though it's kind of whack. And you got some weird looking people in Walmart. Anywhere you go around the world, I would say there's like a portal, like a Stargate inside Walmart, where like everybody goes into it and always come out because you can go anywhere in the world and you got the same people shopping at Walmart. They all dress the same. It's fucking hilarious. It's mad. But the one by my house, it used to be a Target, and they turned it into a Walmart, and they got a bunch of like street food out there. you could buy. They cook right out there. They got a barber. They got a barber that has a school bus, a little mini school bus. You can go inside the school bus, and he's right there parked in the Walmart parking lot. You can get a fade right there. I'll clean you up, give you a nice line, line you up. And then there's then they have tacos, they have elotes, they have bacon wrap hot dogs, all different street vendors right there on the main street. And they all make pretty good money too. Yeah. The street vendors out here in LA, man, with all the different foods and the food trucks, it's pretty wild, man. Pretty wild. So many of them out here. They're pretty good too. Let's see here. We had a Venture before it became dark. Oh, okay. Let's see. Haircut at a Walmart parking lot. Yep. Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. Yeah, I used to love both of those, man. I miss those, man. I used to love going in there and getting the video games, trying to beat them. I saw this study saying that like a lot of the kids nowadays, they're like they're raised a little differently on video games because a lot of the millennials were kind of raised not entirely on video games, but we played a lot of video games, right? And a lot of the games that we had, you had to like remember where things were at. You had to memorize. I got to go through this tunnel, down this stairwell, through this dungeon. Then I got to go through the throne room, and then behind the curtains, and then up into the tower, and then free the princess and go back down. You have to remember all that stuff. And a lot of the games now, they don't have that. There's also the games now, they don't ever end. They just keep getting downloads. Back then there was a finality to the games to where they would eventually end, and you'd have to remember a lot of stuff. So yeah. And then you would be playing games with your homies. They would come over and you guys would play, and you play Street Fighter 2 there, and you would talk shit. I'm gonna all right, I'm up next, man. I'm gonna fuck you up. It's like that's how it was. Now it's very it's a very docile, like solitary thing where people aren't really playing games with their friends anymore. I mean, shoot, we even had PC cafes at one point. Alder, I started inking today, just posted a short a few hours ago. Oh, good. And you can post that link in there if you want, man, so people can go check it out. Let's see. Adam's Family had an NES game for Pugsley. It was fun. You'd like it. Yeah, man, they had a bunch of games, just random games that were just fun, Like, what the hell? Like the Rocketeer, and I love the Judge Dredd game. That was one of my favorite games, was the Judge Dredd game. I remember I got the what is it? The playbook, the big book. I think I have it still too. I really love that Judge Dredd game. And they did a good job, like kind of in introducing everybody to like some of the lore that wasn't in the movie, like Judge Death. When you're out in the wastelands and whatnot, that really got me into the story. And I didn't even know it was a comic book at that time. I was just thinking, wow, this game's cool. Look at this Judge Death, and you had all these cool different bullets that you could use, double whammies, heat seekers, I really love Judge Dredd. I gotta go, and it's just like one of those comics where you gotta collect them all. There's just so many of them. Watch like a documentary, a bunch of them on how to, where to start, but there's just so many, dude. Yeah, there you go. Drop your links in there, guys. Yeah, so I'm trying to cook up some more video topics for new people starting to make comic books. Trying to come up with some fresh ideas, because there's a lot of stuff that's out there you can really look for, but I'm trying to make at least some talking points to where things that I don't see too much. That I might be able to help people with if they watch the videos. Right, so got that dude right there. Yeah, so there was just a lot with those games, man. Like I saw I read a big essay on it, a big article about it, about how those games were way different back then than they are now, you had to remember a lot of stuff. You know, and like I said, the games would end. Now they don't. They just keep getting add-ons. The games are never ending. Like Fortnite and a bunch of other ones, you just keep playing and playing and playing. What is it? Yeah, Minecraft. Let's see here. All right, now we're gonna work on this guy down here. This little ugly bastard. I'm gonna probably bust out another pin for this one. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I'm gonna draw a couple more rocks on this guy. Oh, drop the pin. All right. All right. I think NECA made a RoboCop Terminator Judge Dredd crossover figure line. Oh, hell yeah. I love that. That's like my thing. Yeah, we definitely need more RoboCop, Judge Dredd, Terminator drawings on this show. I need to do some of that. Try to hopefully pick up my speed next year too, a little bit. Have you watched the Judge Dredd movie from 2012 a few days ago? Love that movie. Yeah, everybody loves it, dude. It's, you know, it's the one movie that's never gonna get a sequel that should have one. You know, it's sad, but it's a good template. You know what I mean? It's a good, you know. I know Taika Waititi was gonna make a reboot, but it's not happening now, from my understanding. So that's kind of a good thing. That guy lost his fucking mind, man. He's a pretty good director too. But with I don't know, man. It's kind of a cautionary Hollywood tale. Started out good and then kind of lost his shit. He needs to just make those weird kind of comedy, you know, type things. I think he needs to stick with like What We Do in the Shadows and that type of shit. Just stay away from the Marvel stuff at this juncture. Give somebody else a chance. There's a lot of elder statesman directors out there that would just kill on Marvel movies and never get shots, you know? Yeah, or let these guys make it. But that movie too, that Dredd movie, had a lot of problems. There was like 2 guys that directed it, you know? Some guy came in and had to finish it. Like, that movie went through some fucking hell too. It's crazy. Crazy. So crazy. So crazy. Yeah, and then Stallone ain't doing too good, man. I saw he was wearing like a cane. Or not wearing, he was holding a cane the other day. Finally, yeah, that's not good. Everyone's getting old now. Sad seeing your old, you know, Hollywood action stars start to get old now, you know. Old action heroes. It's not fun. Not fun at all. Got some ratchet teeth. Almost time for the breakfast burritos. Oh man. Right? It's always time for breakfast burritos. I can make a mean breakfast burrito myself. I used to do it all the time. I would get these big red chili tortillas, these extra large ones from that store, Winco. I'm sure, you know, we got viewers from all over right now watching, but a lot of you got Wincos out there. And yeah, man, I would get these big tortillas from there, and Let's see here. Yikes, Linda Hamilton, 2025, not even recognizable. Yeah, she's the new Stranger Things. I gotta finish watching the 4th episode. Check out Bush Cleaver 2 by BATT MURK. Thanks, man. But yeah, guys, I do a little cooking. You know, I'm not a chef, but I'm definitely a cook. And I used to cook a lot. I don't do it anymore. I barbecued the other night though. I did some tri-tip. That came out proper. Came out pretty decent. I didn't mess it up. But yeah, breakfast burritos. I get those big red tortillas. I had a whole little like process in which I would do it. I would first I would cube potatoes. And then I would get rid of that comment. I would cube potatoes and then I would put those in the oven, and I would bake those on a high, like usually like 500 for like 45 minutes. Put some nice seasoning on the potatoes, and then after that I would take out some sausage, some Farmer John. Usually just cook a whole pack. I take it out frozen, and that's very important. You want to cook it frozen. Peel that little like take it out of the package, take that paper off of it, and you stick it in the pan flat, frozen. You put the lid on, and you just cook it on low. And what that does is it steams it, it cooks it, and it caramelizes it at the same time. And you just kind of look at it, eyeball it, and then after a while you take the lid off, and then you scoop the whole eight like links up at the same time because they're all connected. You flip them, and it's usually like brown, like dark caramelized on that side. Then you put the lid on right there, cook it for the same amount of time about. And during this whole time, the potatoes are cooking in the oven, so it's about like an hour-long process for everything. Once that's done, you flip it again, and then, or not done, but the sausage has been cooking for the same amount of time as before the first flip. Do the second flip. Now it's brown on both sides. Then you chop them into the 8 links. Then you start spinning that. Boom, boom. You start spinning those links, keeping the lid on. Let's see here, Sam. You make your own sales? I can do red and green, boil everything. Own salsa, blend it, add salt. I've made salsa before, like once, but I'm not really good at it. That's something I'd have to practice doing. I make my own chili though, and there's a lot of peppers and stuff I put in there. So then you have the sausage, you have the potatoes. Then after that I cook eggs. So I'll whip up a bunch of scrambled eggs, probably like maybe about 6 to 8 eggs, probably like 8 eggs. I'll whip those up. I drain out the sausage grease. I leave a little bit in there, and then I cook it. I usually cook it. I'll put a little bit of butter in there with the sausage grease, and I'll cook the eggs in the sausage grease. Not too much, but a little bit for flavor. Then once that's done, I'll have my eggs are done, my sausage is done, and by that time the potatoes are done. I shred up. I get Tillamook cheddar cheese, and then I shred that up. I get like a fat mound of that. Get my big red tortillas. Put the sausage in there, the eggs. The cheese, I roll up the burrito, and then I wrap it, press it, and I'll put it in the microwave for like another maybe 25 to 30 seconds, just to kind of it really solidifies it, and then boom, it's done. Then you get this big gigantic burrito with potatoes, sausage, eggs, and Tillamook cheddar cheese. And it's pretty good. You guys can do that. There's a little Sunday morning breakfast for your kids. I used to do that all the time. Let's see. Could you draw a T-Rex for me? Because it was my birthday yesterday. Oh, man, I wish I could. Happy birthday. I could draw one real quick for you. I could sketch one if that's all right. We'll draw a T-Rex, all right? Just real fast, okay? Nothing crazy. I'll draw this a T-Rex real fast, okay? Let's see. Someone bought a bunch of breakfast burritos to the Christmas party at work today, so I took an extra one home for tomorrow. Oh yeah, breakfast burritos are the best. So like a 3-pound burrito. No, they're usually about a pound, maybe. Probably about a pound or something like that. Let's draw a T-Rex. Okay, let me get the image in my head. Okay, we got this T-Rex right here. Okay. Sorry. Kind of messed up a little bit. Sorry, man. Looks more like an Allosaurus, but there's a little T-Rex for you right there. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Omar. There you go. There's a little cake for you, too. There you go, brother. Happy birthday. Let me take a little. Let's see here. Will AI take our jobs as comic artists? Yes, it will, probably. But the thing is, with comic book art, man, it should not be your main job. It should be your hobby, I think. You know? Yeah, Velociraptor Rex, right? It should not be your main job. It should just be kind of like a something you do on the side. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. But you can do anything now. Like we have all these tools now to where you can, do all kinds of cool stuff with the internet and Clip Studio and printing companies and crowdfunders and stuff like that, and connecting with people, YouTube channels. So I think you could do that. You should have your main job, and then you have your comic book as your passion, as your side, thing. And I don't think you know what? I don't think comic books should be your main thing. I think people should be out doing other stuff. I don't think all your art should be going into your comics. You should be doing other shit. For the most part, that's the way I feel right now. I don't know if I'm going to feel that way forever, but I feel that you should have a job, I don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I just feel like because there's just not enough money in it. I mean, if there's a lot of money in it, if you're making maybe six figures a year or close to it, maybe 70, 80 grand a year, something like that, then maybe. But still, I think that it's going to fuck you up. So I think when you have a regular, blue collar job, you get out there and you move around a lot, and your body needs that exercise. And when you come back to the table, or your lunch break or whatever you're going to do, you're going to have all of that, inspiration, you're coming back to it, man. And you're more like inspired to work on your work, on your craft, and you look at a lot of those old writers and comic creators, back in the 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, till now, like a lot of them are run down and tired. They've been over that board. It's just nonstop. I think a lot of them need to get out more and do other shit, and there's just not enough. There's just no money to be made in comics. There's no money. So at this point, at this juncture, it needs to be a passion and a hobby that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into, and it's something that has to get made. There's stories in your mind that have to get made. So that's what I feel, man. You know, I think you need to have a main job, and then maybe and you need to have a side hustle, and then the comic books and your art should be something that you do as a passion. If you could somehow um, maybe get a way for people to buy your book or support you through that venture, or maybe even you start a YouTube channel or something like that, then that would be ideal. That's just my personal 2024 current year take on that. But happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Uh, yeah. Okay. What's the difference? AI also will take it if we are doomed. Um, well, you gotta hang on to what soul is left of humanity through art. You know, even if AI took over, you know, in the next hour of everything, still got to hold on to it, man. You got to keep pushing it. You know, that's my take on that. As long as there's a heartbeat, then it's still time to keep pushing. You know. But again, that's just my take. You know, everybody has that. First time I saw an original comic book idea was a Gorilla Cowboy. The 50 other guys copied that. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's a public domain. The yeah, yeah. That's the Six Gun Gorilla. That's a public domain character from a writer from England that no one knew who it was, but it was like put into like a museum. My buddy Brian, one of my homies, he's a great writer. He's been writing that Six Gun Gorilla for like 10 years. He's got 6 issues, and the last 2 issues are coming out. He's working on delivering those, but he's been going through a lot of stuff. You know, trying to get it going. A lot of bad luck, let's just say, over the last few years. But there's a lot. You know, nothing's really that new under the sun. Everything's just a tweak. Same thing with music. You know. But you might as well get out there and try it. You know, get out there and keep pushing. You know, there's always a new take on something. You know, even if you look at music, everything that's popular now, it's kind of like a take on some other thing, and you know, got to keep trying different tweaks at it. Let's see here. Kind of want to try something different for this guy's hair right here for the top part. Let's see here. Terminator predicted that it would sit in the future around 2030 and 2025. Yes, yeah. Hopefully it's longer than that, man. I just wish AI would like cure cancer because I could use that right now. And also it would make sandwiches for us. That's what I want. Do you know the guy that makes alligator people? Older guy? No, I do not. Oh, thanks. Yeah, there we go. Six Gun Gorilla Volume 2 trade paperback. The Great Silence on For My Comic. So that's coming out right now. My buddy is working on delivering that right now. He did a campaign for that. Let's see here. I'm going to use this right here. So, let's see here. Probably. There we go. Got a little more in there. Hell yeah. Okay. Knew there was more in here. It's coming down. Gotta wait till this thing fills up right here. I got a brand new one right here. I don't want to fill it up yet. I'm gonna wait. Let's think about art, man. This stuff ain't cheap, and you want to art supplies, anyways. So you're welcome back to the Late Night Murk with your host, BATT MURK. Yeah, pretty much. I used to do a lot of that on Saturday nights at midnight. Metal Movies and Brewski show. Yeah, it's crazy too. Like editors at Marvel make they make below like minimum wage. It's kind of sad. The only real people that are making money in comics are like the superstars, man. Like Greg Capullo, Jim Lee, Scott Snyder, those type of cats. Yeah, they're making six figures, shit like that. Maybe, quite possibly. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, even like Daniel Warren Johnson, he's like the big guy right now, one of the big dogs. I don't even think he probably makes that much, but he makes good money because he does commissions, and it's that con circuit. That's where it is, man. Like for people that made that are an indie that somehow made probably maybe a book at like Image now, or kind of made like a little following before all this the big hit of the crash. They got a little following now, and they could do stuff like Scotty Young. He's one of them. There's a lot of people out there that are doing okay, but it's probably not as good as it sounds. But there's a couple. They made sure that they had their shit tight and lined up. Still, comic books aren't going anywhere. Manga's thriving. Manga is comics, and then there's a lot of cats out there too that are kind of into manga. Now they're starting to get into kind of at least artist wise, I hear getting more into the American style now, So it kind of goes back and forth. It's like ups and downs and all that shit. There we go. All right. So this guy's got a little look right there that he's dealing with. I think I'm going to start working on the background a little bit. I'm going to start putting in some stairs maybe. Start doing that. Okay, we're still going for a little while. Okay. Start working on the background. That's got to get done. Is this industry more about people who you know? I think it's a little bit of both. But I think for the most part at this time, if there's not a lot of cats that are like getting into as far as the mainstream. They've kind of already like solidified who they got. I mean, every now and then you get a couple anomaly, like new people coming in, but for the most part, everyone's kind of set, I think. And they do know some people. The new ones anyways. And yeah, definitely all of life is about networking and who you know. Unfortunately, that's just life. It's all about making those connections, fortunately. And people like wherever you work, people take things seriously, people do take things personally. no matter where you work. People will say it's just business. It's actually a lot of time it is personal. They don't tell you that all the time when you're growing up, going to school, but yeah, it's everything. I mean, a lot of people, mostly things are personal, and it is who you know. So it's cool to make some connections. But that's why I say, like, just make the book you want. Just do what you want. That's what I recommend. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing. And hopefully, just kind of get better. Like they say, the first book you make's gonna suck, and then the next one will get better. And it's true. Most people aren't just naturally talented, like right out the gate on their first book. Some do, though. Some knock it out of the park. Let's see here. Remember Darlene and her boyfriend were comic book artists on Roseanne? Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah. So is Bob Newhart. He's like a comic book artist on that show. I didn't know that. It's pretty funny. Just random. Right. Getting these stairs in here. Line this up. Good to have a ruler. Thanks everyone that's stopping by. Appreciate it, man. Let's see. Yeah, that's one right here. That's right. Stepping. There's where he's stepping right there. Get to stepping. All right. The other step right there. We got Crom's foot right here, where he's stepping. Boom. Boom. Put a little bit like that. I might be missing one step too. I got to go back and put that other one in. A lot of people are digging the natural art too, like the human art. That's the one good thing about AI. It's creating that divide. Okay. So we got that right there. Yep. And there is one more that's going to go right here that I missed almost. So we're going to line that up just perfect. So it's got the ultimate pad, man. Ultimate. Yeah. Right. Okay, we got the stairs. And we can see. I just scroll live streams. Sometimes I stop and watch a lady in the Philippines cooking barefoot. Sometimes I find BATT MURK talking about Judge Dredd and drawing cool barbarian shit. Yeah, no, that's what it's all about, man. Trying to build a community here of, you know, people that are into this or just want to stop by and hang out or talk about this stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, there's that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to have some. Thanks, man. I wanted to have some breaks in the stairs too. You know, like he's got like a top floor, then there's like a little section right here where it stops. I'm not going to go in there and draw those stairs either. You don't have to, you know. Then there's like another, you know, it stops right here. Then boom, now you got the main stairs, you know. Yeah, this is all homie's bedroom. Yeah. That's the thing I like about like Crom and Conan, you know, it's like they have these massive like these palaces, dude, that are all over the world, you know, and you do like these historical deep dives looking for palaces and whatnot. There was a lot of palaces back in, you know, ancient times, but there wasn't a lot, you know. And that's what I like about what Howard did was he created a time that was undreamed of, that you know, that was unwritten of, you know, and that it could have happened, you know. And in that story, that towards the end of you know, in the Hour of the Dragon, they're talking about like a new Iron Age is coming, and when you think about that, um, you know, maybe there wasn't a previous Bronze and Iron Age, you know, that we went through back then, you know, as humans, and then it just got wiped out. You know what I mean? We didn't even know about that, because that's what happens in his work with the Thurian Age, in which Kull is from, and then the Atlantean Age. They get wiped out, and you know, the Atlanteans devolve, and then they go to some, you know, real quick. They kind of, you know, I'm leaving out details, but they devolve into like these cave, you know, Neanderthalic type, you know, humanoid hominids, and then they evolve into the Sumerians over like almost a million years, and then that's where Conan comes from. You know, these rise and falls of civilizations through these ages, and then that gives birth to the Hyborian Age, in which Conan's from. It's pretty wild, man, when you think about it. It's possible too. We really don't know. So something my dad used to say all the time. I thought it was funny. He's like, you always just say, you know everything and nothing. You know everything and nothing. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Now I know what he's talking about. Now I know. So we're gonna have this right here. I'm gonna try to get I want this to be marble. That would be a cool ass bedroom, like a wall mural. Yeah. And I'm just gonna have like the background. Hopefully it's cool. The background's gonna be covered with curtains. Just drapery. They would have like tapestries probably too. I might do a little bit, but I kind of don't want to. I'm a little on the fence about this. It's probably a bad decision. I probably just should have left it, but fuck it. I'm gonna do it anyway. Do a little bit of that. And then a little bit of of this and a little bit of that. That way you can kind of see that it's on another, there's another level up there. I don't want to overcrowd it too much. And then I'll start working on the curtains now. I have an idea of how I want to do the marble too. It was something I did on my other book. I made a marble, to be honest, I made a marble vampire statue in the vampire book I'm working on. I was trying to get that marble look, that granite look, you know. And I was looking at some of the stuff that Guillermo del Toro was doing with like Blade 2. I think it was Damaskinos, the vampire. I was looking at, you know, his tone. Yeah. Let's see here. We'll do these right here next. And we're coming up on another half an hour. When's this book all available? Oh, see, with this book, it's gonna be broken up over the next few years. I'm gonna do like 10 pages a year and an anthology book called the Crom Anthology. That's the plan. And then probably like 3 to 5 years from now, I'll have the whole comic, and it'll probably be like 30 pages, dude. That's the idea. Kind of like the manga format, but it's gonna be coming out in one of these every year. Crom Anthology. It's a 250 page book you'll get for like 30 or 40 bucks. You know, 250 pages of all these different artists, you know, doing different takes on Crom. It's gonna have different styles, different stories. Just all sword and sorcery, bro, and it's all indie. And for all you writers and artists out there, you could submit to Crom the Barbarian. You could join the community. If not, you can support the community, just be in it by buying the books. I got the link in the chat too. So that's the plan. That it's a fun way and an easy way to work on a story that's not like really there's no stress involved is basically what it is. It's fun. It's all fun, you know. Like I can do 1 page of this a month and it's not going to fuck with anything, you know. Or if I want to take 2 months off, I got, say that I do 10 pages or 9 pages in 12 months. That's, you know, I mean, half a page a month or something like that. No stress, but I have the story. The story's done and I'm really proud of it. You know, I think I did a decent job for it, you know, and, Kurt signed off on it, so it should be okay. Kurt Bruegel's the guy that runs everything over there, and he's taking Crom and he's creating a new universe for him. Because a lot of people, we believe that Crom, you know, he's going to turn into Conan's god. Eventually, that's where it ends. He starts from like kind of this primitive, almost like stone and sorcery, you know, like kind of like a Stone Age type character, and kind of and then hunter-gatherer, and then moves into more of, you know, the barbarian, then moves into more of like a mercenary, than a slayer, and somewhat of a, I would say just like that. And then he becomes the king, you know, and then he becomes a god, you know, and then everyone has their own take on Crom because he's public domain. So anybody can go do a Crom book, but I like this because it's got a bunch of people in there that we could come together in a community, a Crommunity, and I think that's really cool. So that's what's going on with that. And if you ever want to know about Crom, like this is Kurt Bruegel that's running everything. He made this Crom Bible right here. This is called Crom Collected. You can get that off the site too. And it's got everything you want to know about Crom. He even went in there and made like his own version of where he started. Crom was only in 3 comic books. It was 3 comics, and he reprints them all in here from the 1950s. He was the first barbarian in comics before Conan. Now, Conan was around before him, but he wasn't in comics. This guy was first. So I read all these stories that were in here. There's only 3, but they're fun, dude. And he's got a sister named Lala, you know. And he gets a queen in the second book. He fights this giant in the third book. And they're interesting. And this is a guy, Gardner Fox. He actually created a lot of characters, bro, for DC. He actually made the Flash, you know, a bunch of characters, and Crom was just one of the characters. So, and you know, all of us are Conan fans, you know. That's him, Gardner Fox. He's the guy that started it, you know. So, and I'm showing this on all these Crom draw streams, that way I could kind of let you guys know about what's going on, you know. He invented Batman's utility belt also. So he's you know, this guy, Creator Crom. Batman's utility belt, as well as creating such long-lasting characters as the Flash and Hawkman, dude. So this guy, he ain't no chump. You know, he's also got another barbarian called Kothar. That's kind of similar to Crom, but a little different. So this is highly recommended too if you guys want to if you guys ever want to like join the community and submit a story. You know, pick this book up, dude. It's dope, and it's like old Savage Sword of Conan. It's a thickie, and as thick as this. And this is going to be coming out every year, you know. That's the plan, you know. Let's see here. You're a good storyteller. I knew nothing about this genre, but you made it sound interesting. Yeah, I think it's definitely become my favorite realized like genre. As a kid, I always loved like Conan the Barbarian. A lot, man. But I also like the Hulk, and I like the monsters like Frankenstein, Wolfman, and Dracula. Those are like, you know, and Batman. Those are like the few. Hulk, Conan, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Dracula, and Batman. Those are like, and I used to draw those characters, and they're kind of. So here I am later on in life. I'm just like, yeah, Sword and Sorcery is really good, and I never read Robert E. Howard. I actually just started reading him this year because I've just read Conan in comic book form. The first comics I was reading was the ones through Dark Horse by Kerry Nord and I forgot who does the writing, but those are really good as well. And then everyone's like, man, you got to go read Howard. And I ain't gonna lie, reading Robert E. Howard, yeah, he's the best writer. He really is. And just inspirational. Just reading him actually made me a better writer. Love Solomon Kane. Also, I haven't even read all the Cole stuff either. I can't wait to get into that. Cole the Conqueror. He's a barbarian too. He's like, he's like kind of like the great grandfather from a million years ago. He shares the same DNA as Conan, but he's a little different. He's a little more heady than Conan in some ways. He's always like double thinking. He's a little sketched out. But he was a slave, and you know, he was a barbarian. He went through a lot of shit. Conan was never a slave, really. And then a lot of old Conan fans that discover Cole, from my understanding, they're like, I like Cole a little more. It's funny. But Howard has everything, man. And if you guys can, I got a link in the description too. You guys could go donate to the Howard Foundation and try to help. And the funds will go to restoring Robert E. Howard's actual house in Cross Plains, Texas. They have a convention there called Howard Days, one weekend a year in July. You got to go take a flight to Houston, and it takes a 2-hour drive. You get there, they have a convention for 2 days. The whole town kind of goes in on it, and it gets bigger and bigger every year. It's been happening for like 20 years now. And I want to go. It's like been really wanting to go. So, all right, let's see here. I'm gonna probably bust out another. I think one of my other pins. I'll try something a little different. Thanks, Halder, for dropping that. I appreciate that. Appreciate you, buddy. This is another one from Dollar Tree. Let's see how this one is. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Tim? Thanks for stopping by, bro. How you doing, man? All right, we got that. Probably going to switch the pins. This thing's a little too weird for that, so I'll do this. And Tim's got a character that's kind of like a barbarian, too, in his regard. Melvin. You want to talk about Melvin a little bit in the chat? Yeah, man. You should hit up should join the community as well, Tim. Let's go to the website. You could submit a story, dude. Story. They're looking for all that. Stories, poems, you know. It's a whole submission process now, but it's pretty awesome. He's a merc that has been hired to save a princess to a dangerous cult. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Phil? CromTheBarbarian.com. It's right up there. He just dropped the link, Halder did. There we go. Yeah, they're expanding the community, man. We put out an anthology every year. It's pretty awesome. I know you guys are writers too, and they're looking for like stories like that, you know. There we go. He also has some other indie books on there too you can pick up. Like Berserk or Not. I want to get that too. Still gotta get Phil's book. If you guys can, go subscribe to Zaid Comics, Tim Olson. For all you guys watching, I got some cool books up. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Was gonna play some music tonight, but decided not to. Let's see here. I have this right here. Let that dry for a little bit. Just letter 20. This page 21 of the new issue. Yeah, that new Angelina Jolie movie. Definitely, that's Sword and Sorcery. It's the oldest story in English also as well, and it's a badass metal Sword and Sorcery Viking story. 100%, dude. Beowulf is. I'm actually gonna do Beowulf one day. I'm gonna do my take on it. That's in the cards, but that's fucking beyond public domain. But everyone's got their own little take on Beowulf. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. I don't know if you're still there, Phil, but are you using Clip Studio Paint to do your lettering, or are you using Photoshop? Because I'm moving over to Clip Studio, bro. That's the plan, anyways. Yeah, no shit, all right? Let me know what fonts you're using, bro. I'm going to steal them. Because I'm probably just going to use like what they have or Blamblot, you know? But I don't want to. Or if you have any recommendations. See, guys, this is what we do here. We network. We drop facts. We help each other out. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man. Lettering is the it's the art form, man. And he has a book called The Man with No Strings. It's on his website. Definitely Yeah, Blindbot for free. I'm gonna have to go check that out. I just got a new tablet. I'm gonna start lettering all my stuff. Dude, I scanned 15 pages in today, and I used this new Epson app, or the old one, and then yeah, they didn't come out high def. You know, I usually scan everything at 400 DPI, but yeah, it didn't work this time. It only took 300 or something. I got to go check it out. Otherwise, Epson has another app that I'm going to use. But I was just like, damn, that was just like a waste of time. Like right before work, I wasted like an hour. But it's all good though. We're gonna probably figure it out tomorrow. See, Melvin is a merc hired to save a princess from a dangerous cult. Yeah. See, like you know, that's awesome. Yeah, but even hit him up, dude. Like maybe he might even let you print Melvin in there. You know, because there's Crom stories like that. There's straight up Crom stories because that's very like John Carter esque. You know, and John Carter is like, I forgot the terminology for it, but it's like it's basically space sword and sorcery, bro. That's what it is. Let's see here now, Matt. Do you have any issues, or are you waiting for the trade paperback? For yours, I don't have any of your issues yet. Not yet. I'll probably pick up the trade though. That would be pretty cool. I kind of I like trades a lot because now I'm starting to downsize on a lot of things. But yeah, I do like the floppies though, man. It's just I don't know. Get them where I get them when I can, but I really like the books more. I'm gonna be moving, and then I'm just trying to think about how I can store things and yada yada yada. You know. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just binge the whole thing. You know. But I'm still buying floppies, dude. I'm gonna buy them. You know. I like them both. I like it both. 100%. Yeah, that's cool, man. So Phil's still lettering his book. You guys could pick up the from Zaid Comics. Check out the Man with No Strings. It's a supernatural western. It looks badass. Definitely gonna pick that up too. I think there might be two versions of it: a newsprint version and then a regular version. I really want the newsprint version because I just like that aesthetic. I like the paper. I like the texture. You know. Um, and that's another thing that I'm going for my book, trying to find the right paper. I want like uncoated paper, trying to find the right dimensions. I'm looking all over, looking at different sites for this little thing I want to do with the book. I think I told Phil about it probably about a year ago, 2 years ago. I've been working on this fucker for too long. But yeah, let's see here. That's still drying. I don't want to mess with it too much. I'm gonna do one of these right here though. Let's see. There we go. Right. let that background dry a little bit. Then I'm gonna fill this in with some blacks, you know. I'm gonna try to do a little marbling on these poles right here. And if I could, I would fucking paint this, man. If I was a proper painter, this would be a painting right now. I wouldn't even fuck around with the. And I love pencil and ink, but that's ultimately where I want to be doing a lot of stuff, you know. I want to be sometimes I want to paint. Yeah, it'll come one day. Get another. Top this off a little bit. Yeah. And if you're still there, man, okay, cool. You dropped a link to Zade Comics. Cool. Nice. Here's the man holder. Yeah. Got that right there. Gotta let things dry a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna go in right here. Hit this up real quick. Right, a bit of that. Go ahead and spin this around a little bit. Hands are getting dirty. Get your hands dirty, see? Getting all that nasty shit on the side. I already washed my hands once too. I get the guard. Should be all right. Let me just hold it like that. So now we're adding some shadow right here to the doorway. I throw that pinky out like, I know a guy that walk around like that with his pinky out. It's funny as fuck. I went up to him one time and I was just like, hey, what's up, bro? He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. I told him, hey, dude, you walk around with your pinky out too much, bro. Just like, and he was just like, fuck you, I'm rich, bitch. I was like, okay, whatever. Let's see here. All right. Might even go check out the new Stranger Things tonight. Maybe. Otherwise, I can pass out. Wake up early, try to rescan the first 15 pages again. My book. Hopefully they don't come out like dog shit. I can start lettering Hell War. I hate lettering. No, it's cool. Like, it's fun. It's just it's a lot of work. I mean, it's not that much work, but I just want to write and draw and ink and paint. I don't want to have to go in and letter everything. The sound effects are fun, kind of fun. But I will say though, it is rewarding seeing the book come together. That's when it comes together, you know. You guys got to do it. If you guys want to make comics, you got to learn how to do everything. There's no reason not to. You don't need AI to do it. You can do it yourself. You can do it all yourself. And you can mess up too and fuck up, and that's fine. No one's perfect, especially the first time they do something. I actually like stuff that's not perfect. I actually like seeing new people like doing books for the first time. I actually think it's cool. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people out there like that. It's like it's kind of what indie is anyway. There we go. All right. It's like, oh look, he made a comic. It sucks. Fuck that guy. It's like, nah, dude. It's like, well, that's cool. You know, maybe that was badass. Maybe tweak some stuff on the next one, dude. You know, fix those word balloons. You know, work on or not. You know, put something out. Do it the same way. Fuck it. Your art's gonna change regardless, whether you want to or not. Halder. Hopefully, I can pull off inking the piece I'm working on. It's all the textures that need to have the right tones and for depth. Oh, I know, man. I would say study Bernie Wrightson for the stuff that you're doing. He would be the best. Bernie Wrightson, and then if you could pick up the book Mosaic by Kyle Hotz from the 90s. That's that's like a great inking manual as far as I'm concerned for tones. Check out that, and you could probably pick that up for $15. The graphic novel Mosaic, and then if you can get the single issues, is even better, and the graphic novel. It's like, yeah, that's up there. That's one of my favorite comics ever. Love it. It's like Blade Runner meets The Crow. And again, there's a multitude of different inking techniques for textures, to where he breaks everything up to where everything has its own identity inside the piece, so everything looks respected into its own different tone. You know, you got cross hatches over here. You got the sky. It has, you know, his fingers. He's putting fingerprints over there. You know, he's using brush. He's using nibs. All kinds of feathering, all kinds of hatching, different types of rendering. I recommend that. Yeah, Mosaic. If I could, I'd go grab it right now. It's in the other room. I would show you. I did a review on it though. If you ever want to go check it out, if you have time tonight, I have a Mosaic review, and I have it, and you can check it out from there too. And it might give you some ideas. You know, like that's a book that I can open up and get ideas. That, and then Bernie's Frankenstein, man. You know, that's what I like to do. That's why I like when I'm drawing pieces too. I don't like to put too much detail in it, because I know that I'm going to be adding so much more to with the inks, with tones and whatnot. And it's just kind of a waste of time, you know. And I like the spontaneity of inking as well. So I'd say about 85% of my style comes from my inking, personally. All right, so we got that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let me see. I want to get this right here. That'll really block out the sword pretty good. Yeah, it's a little tangent right there, but I kind of like it in a way. But I might do away with that. I might keep it. I might do away. I don't know. I kind of like it. We'll see. Sometimes I like tangents. I don't know why. Sometimes I like them. Right. And I might even draw a cape on this guy or a robe. I was thinking about that too. You know, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing in my room, motherfuckers?" You know, it's in his robe and or a cape or something. But I might not. You know, I might not. Yeah. Yeah. See, you got a little shield back there, right? Little shield. See, I didn't draw that in. This is an ad lib, you know, just freestyle. Like, oh, a shield would look. I think a shield would look kind of cool back there, you know. Maybe like a dais chilling back there, you know. He probably have daises all over his room. There we go. There's that. That chill a little bit. I might even put a little something right here. So I want to have a dais with something back there, something important, you know. That's the whole thing about drawing, you know, like things got to come to you, man. It's about the piece, about the hunt, the journey that you go on. You don't do that with AI. You don't think about random shit, you know. It's gonna pop up in there. It kind of does it for you. It's like, let me do that for you. Here, just relax. I'll just do everything for you. Don't struggle. That's the whole point, man. It is about the struggle. The struggle. Should have waited till tomorrow to erase that, but I think do a little bit of that right there. I do have a story idea, but it would be a while before I could draw it. I've mainly been doing recreation pieces to get some practice and learn the basics. Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I would say you're ready though, bro. I say you got the basics down, you know, to a T-ski. Some of that. Man, looking forward to this. Sometimes you got to let things cook a little. Do a little bit of this right here. Yeah. bit of that. Probably throw a little bit. Yeah, it's okay. Yep. I got a little ways tonight. See, even with this too, I'm gonna probably add some shadowing to these guys too. I'll probably add some more shading. You know, I'm gonna be careful with it though, because the moment you start adding a bunch of shadows to people, it locks them in. It turns them into to rock. You know, like crash test dummies. Like there's no the way they turn into rocks basically. Like they lose a lot of their motion and their organic like livelihood. So you got to be careful with the shadows a little bit. He could take some shadows because he's just like, you know, done. This guy, he'll probably get some shadows. This guy's moving. Pretty much the guys that are moving, I don't think you really need too much hard darks on it, you know. But there's that, yeah. I got to do that. I might add a lot of shadows to the stairs though. Yeah, I might add a lot of blacks in the stairwells. Coming down, the light coming down from here. I'll probably have a lot of blacks like going right there. That's gonna take some time. Probably gonna do some little rendering right here, some fun stuff, you know. That would be it. Like right now would be an opportunity because I'm not thinking, but I might crack open that Bernie Wright's in, or I might go crack open that mosaic and look at some stuff that I forgot how to do. Or just kind of remember like, oh yeah, I could do that. Oh, I could do that, you know. Or I can make it all kind of that marble thing I was talking about, or I can make it solid black if I want to. But I really want the tower, the pillars to be marble. Yeah. Stuff like that, you know. It's fun. I might even make the stairs like made out of rock. I don't know. It could be rocky stairs. There's a lot of stuff you could do. A lot of options. That's the fun thing about drawing, you know, especially with inking. Do a lot of different techniques. But yeah, been going about 2 hours now, guys. I'm gonna call it right now and try to jump on again. Hopefully Thursday or Friday. That would be nice. That'd be ideal. Tomorrow I'm gonna be chilling, probably reading some comics, and yeah, hopefully I can get my start lettering my book finally tomorrow. That's the goal. Yeah. But thanks again, everybody that stopped by. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys having a awesome Wednesday, midweek day. Always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know your role. I'll see you guys next time. Stay metal.